Hello and welcome. This is Alchemistexe, and this is the banner overview for May 26th. Before jumping into the banners, I wanted to talk about Siegfried for just a couple minutes. He's always had a problem where his scarcity relative to his power level was really bad. Like, solid kit in general, like preemptive counter is always good. He can equip the Zeba VCR, which is great. Any character that can make use of that is always excellent. But the problem was his modifiers. His modifiers are just too low. His stats are too low. He's comparable to Retzius, 100% free unit. I just don't think that it should be that way. So when they announced this event, I was hopeful that it would be a memento, just because it's an easy way to buff a character and not just like a paid skin. And luckily they did do that. And also luckily it does seem like they have an understanding of what stats Siegfried wants to have as far as like P attack, crit stat, that kind of thing. The loadout of the mercenary is not great, so it's not really a fair comparison, because like my Siegfried that doesn't even have gate 7 raised at all, it has better stats than the mercenary in some respects, and the difference in P attack is very, very low. However, if I had the Memento and the Gate 7 with my gear loadout, then it would be an improvement. A big enough improvement to want to spend gems on the Memento, maybe not. But luckily, it's also a Memento for Roxanne, so whether or not it makes Siegfried like noticeably more usable would just be a bonus. But I'm curious to see. I am going to pull 2 steps on the banner that features that. So if I get really lucky, then I'll find out. And if I get the Memento, then I might invest in Siegfried more. Otherwise, I probably am going to skip his gate 7. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the banners. And here we are at the banners. So first things first, discount tickets are expiring this week, so make sure to use those up. And then there are 3 paid banners, none of which I think are particularly great or noteworthy, because I myself am a free-to-play. I really only want to talk about them if they're really noteworthy. Oh, I do have enough paid left over for one banner, and I was thinking of saving it for when Zephyrus comes out. That's my general game plan for that. So there is a 3-step banner for Eliza and Grim. I think Eliza is an excellent unit. So if 25 shards helps you transmute her or cap out a gate for her, then burning discount tickets to get the 25 soul shard selector could be a worthy use of your gems if you are working on actively raising Eliza. Otherwise, it's just an easy pass for a banner. Then we have the coin banner. These are a pretty familiar sight. As long as you have a good use for the coins, then these are a good banner. And then if you are lucky, you can get some very good bonuses. Then we've got a kind of interesting banner. So I think for a lot of people, especially a veteran player, it's going to be a skip. However, if you scroll all the way to the end past all the normal pool units, you will see units that have the EX hard quests. And there are some good ones in here. Some of them are just like counter memes like Rochelle and Ewan. But Irene is great because she's a mounted unit with the bonus turn on the kill. And then, anybody who's done Arena is going to be familiar with Ryui. So if you can pick out 6 of these and you want to stack discount tickets to grab one of them, that's a pretty inexpensive way to grab a limited unit. It's just a matter of which one you get. So the more equally weighted your demand is, the more value it has. If you're only missing 1 or 2, then I would just pass up on it entirely and just try to grab them by a different happenstance. If you're looking for more scarce units, especially in the global and the Genesis pool, assuming that it's pre-February 2022, then there are some good options in here, and then having a 5-star guaranteed on every step goes a long way. Then we go to the new Memento banner for Chihaya and Shayna. I think both of these Mementos are good. Chihaya's is pretty simple in that it gives debuff duration +1 on max limit break, and then just, HP, agility. She doesn't really need much. She just kind of needs to hang out and debuff. And it gives her more power to do that. In the case of Shayna, you got more damage as well as a VCR that's a dedicated weapon for her that's going to give her a snowball that helps like damage and also her crit. And crit's an important stat to her because she also has damage that scales off of her crit stat. So whether or not it's worth going the like 20-ish K gems to get the memento, that's up to you how much you like Shayna. But from my testing earlier, I can definitely say I like her job plus. Then we get to the global memento banner. And now this one I think is quite nice in that any 5 stars that appear are going to be in this pool. It's not the best pool ever, but it's really solid. You got Roxanne's, Minerva's, Eliza's. They're all good. I don't remember if I've got my Eliza's one max limit broken or not. I know I have the Christmas one max limit broken, but we will see. I'm going to do 2 steps of this after the banner overview is done, which it almost is. There's just one more to talk about, and that is the memento version of the choose your own. Now this one is not as good as the unit one in terms of what is scarce because they're all normal pool. That being said, there are some good normal pool mementos out there, like Judith especially really wants hers. Zahar's got a great one. There's also Claris's memento, and I think this is the first time it's appearing on such a banner. So if you use Claris, then you want to try and snag her memento. This is an inexpensive way to do that. But yeah, that is it for the banner overview. So let's go ahead and jump into some summoning. Okay, so here goes. First discount ticket. I thought a shot in the dark was worth it because it is such a good pool, or just any case where it's just only featured mementos it's always much nicer because it makes that step to where the 5 star is guaranteed noticeably more meaningful, because otherwise most of the time you're just going to end up with some random normal pool memento. Oof. That is not even the first all blue summon that I've had today, because the free memento daily ones that they've had was also all blue. So if anyone is subscribing to the superstition of a lucky time, about 11:45 p.m. is not a lucky time for me. But let's go ahead and move on to step 2. I'm not totally convinced of that, just because I've not noticed any patterns in terms of like the different times that I've summoned, because I summon almost every week. There's I skip weeks here and there, but it's like, ooh, we got 1 red. Okay, so that means that's 2 chances of it. That is Siegfried's first memento. Not quite, but there's still 1 more chance to potentially get it. But yeah, I have noticed that my luck is really bad if I summon like really close to after reset, which most of the time I don't want to do that anyway, because I try to take my time. Let's see what this red is. It is Roxanne's memento. Okay, so I got a memento for 1 of each of them, but not the one for both of them. But that's okay. It was worth a shot. So if you're summoning, I wish you good luck, and I will see you all next time.